When the news of their split first surfaced, the internet went silent. For weeks, fans refused to believe it. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, the couple that had captured hearts across Asia, were no longer together. But what came next? No one saw coming. Because instead of fading into the background, Kim Go-eun reappeared, and she was unrecognizable. Not because she looked different, but because she carried herself like a woman who had risen from the ashes. It began subtly. A quiet post. A single photo on her Instagram feed. Her standing by the ocean. Wind in her hair. Eyes steady. Captioned only with 2 words. Starting over. And that was all it took. Within minutes, the post exploded. Fans flooded the comments. Some heartbroken. Some inspired. Others whispering that she looked stronger than ever. Because Kim Go-eun wasn't mourning anymore. She was glowing. For months, she had disappeared from public events, choosing silence over speculation. But during that time, insiders revealed she was rebuilding herself. She joined a fitness program, started running before sunrise, and practiced meditation to find balance again. She wasn't chasing beauty. One close friend reportedly said she was chasing peace. But what peace looks like on Kim Go-eun is breathtaking. Her first red carpet comeback after the breakup was nothing short of cinematic. A fitted white gown, her hair pulled back into a sleek bun, and that quiet, confident smile that seemed to say, "I'm fine, and I mean it." The cameras couldn't get enough of her, and neither could the fans. Because the Kim Go-eun who once stood shyly beside Lee Min-ho was gone. In her place was a woman who had learned to stand alone and own it. But beneath the glamour, there was still a story untold. Whispers said the breakup hadn't been mutual, that it was Lee Min-ho who stepped away first, that work, distance, and pressure had slowly pulled them apart. For Kim Go-eun, the silence after it all was the hardest part. No closure, no goodbye. Just the echo of what once was. And that pain became her fuel. She threw herself into her craft again. New scripts, new challenges, new roles that allowed her to pour every ounce of emotion into her work. Fans noticed the shift in her acting, the quiet intensity, the depth behind every glance. She's acting from her scars. One director commented, and that's what made her transformation. Not just physical, but spiritual. Still, the internet being what it is, people began connecting dots. They compared her latest photos to Lee Min-ho's recent appearances. His slightly tired eyes, her glowing smile, and soon, a new wave of headlines appeared. Lee Min-ho regrets letting Kim Go-eun go. She's thriving and he's watching. Was it true? No one knew for sure. But one thing was certain. He noticed. According to someone within his circle, Lee Min-ho saw her latest endorsement shoot and couldn't help but pause. She looked happy, the source said, and that hurt him more than he expected. Because sometimes, the hardest thing to witness is the person you loved doing better without you. And Kim Go-eun? She wasn't doing better to prove a point. She was doing better because she finally remembered who she was. Before the heartbreak, her routine became her therapy, her smile, her shield. She told a magazine interviewer later, "When you lose someone you love, you start to see everything you lost in yourself too. I didn't want to stay lost." That quote went viral. Millions shared it, calling it the most honest thing she'd ever said. And yet, there's something hauntingly poetic about their parallel lives now. Both successful, both admired, both still linked by memories. The public refuses to forget. Whenever Lee Min-ho posts something subtle, a song lyric, a scenic photo, a sunset captioned, "Time heals," the comments flood instantly. Are you talking about Kim Go-eun? Do you miss her? Just get back together already. But maybe that's not how the story ends. Maybe Kim Go-eun's revenge body was never about revenge at all. Maybe it was about reclaiming her story, her voice, her strength, the parts of her she gave away in love. And maybe, just maybe, Lee Min-ho's greatest lesson was realizing that he didn't lose an actress. He lost a woman who learned how to rise. Today, she stands as a symbol of quiet resilience. Her career's soaring, her energy magnetic. Every photo, every smile, feels like a love letter to the version of herself that survived the storm. And for fans who once rooted for the couple, there's a bittersweet beauty in watching her shine, even if he's no longer beside her. Because sometimes, love doesn't end with closure. Sometimes, it ends with transformation. And Kim Go-eun's transformation? It's nothing short of legendary. Soft outro tone. In the end, maybe heartbreak isn't about losing someone. Maybe it's about rediscovering who you are. When they're gone, Kim Go-eun did just that. And in doing so, she became unstoppable. Because the best revenge isn't showing them what they lost. It's showing yourself what you've gained. And as she walks into her next chapter, head high, eyes steady, one thing is certain. She didn't just move on. She leveled up.